Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you my A5 Sienna Filofax, and Tilly's here helping me make this video. So here it is, beautiful, lovely. I got her a few weeks ago from Isabel. She's in a used condition, but she's absolutely gorgeous. The leather is so soft. I'm going to be putting some moisturiser on her soon because some patches, like in the corners, are a bit dry. Right, so here's the inside. It's still very much a work in progress, so some things aren't going to be staying in here. I'm just testing it out with a few things like my old Dodo pad. That's not all going to be staying in here. It's just while I'm trying to work out what, how I'm going to use the Dodo pad insert, that I've got the old one in here. And then I'm possibly going to be buying a CAD pad for this year, or the 2014 one for next year. And I'll tell you more about what I'm planning for the Dodo pad in a little while, but I'll just tell you about what I'm using this Filofax for. It's kind of like a notebook, but more than a notebook. It's difficult to describe, and I asked people on Filofaxy group on Facebook what I should call it, because it's not a notebook, it's not a planner, it's more like more than a notebook. And you'll see what I mean in a minute when I tell you about the sections, but someone suggested that I call it Command Central, because it's like where I put all of my thoughts. So I thought that was a good idea. That was Laurie on Filofaxy. Thank you, Laurie. So I think I'm going to call it that, because then I can shorten it to Cece, which I quite like as a name. But the thing is, the insides, what's in here, isn't going to be staying in here because it's already quite full, and I'm thinking of changing it out into my A5 purple Malden with the 30mm rings, whereas the Sienna's only got the 25mm rings. So it's not this binder that I'm calling CC or Command Central, it's the purpose of the whole, kind of like the inserts, the purpose of this. So I think if I were to give a name to this binder, I would just call it Sienna, because I think that's quite a nice name anyway. And my A5 purple Malden is called Penelope, or Penny for short. Steve from Filofaxy. Steve from Filofaxy. Dun dun dun. His business card. He suggested the name Penelope for my purple Malden, so I like that. Right, so in the front cover here I have Steve's Filofaxy business card and just a few post-it notes, and then I've got the start of my CAD pad, which is the old one, the 2011 to 12 one. It's just to test it out. I've just literally put the pages in here, just sort of play around with them to work out what I would use them for. And so many pages. So I've got a clear, a translucent ruler in here, and so what I think I'll be doing with this is, like, if I'm planning on working on a project during the day or one of my hobbies or something like that, I'll block out, like, say 2 squares, and I'll write at the top crafting, and then I'll write briefly what I want to be doing with the crafting, and then like on 3 squares I might write something like job search, do this, do that, do this, do that. So I might have a list in here, or a description of what I should be doing, or anything like that. It's not going to be for appointments, and it's not going to be for actual to-dos. It's going to be more for projects or hobbies or important things that I'm doing at the moment. And then the left hand page can be for other things to do with projects and hobbies and stuff. So I've got quite a few pages in here at the moment because I wanted to keep them all in one place. And then I've got the actual core sections of my Filofax. I've got this pretty divider made out of scrapbooking card, and this is my notes section. So it's kind of just like either a list of ideas and notes and things, or whole pages on one topic that is currently on my mind. So I've got things like, if I use this as my main planner, this is what I was thinking of a couple of weeks ago when I was debating whether to use this one or my Midori as my main planner. And if you see my last video, you'll see that I've decided to use my Midori. Planner fail, just a bit of journaling. Purpose of this Filofax, because sometimes I get a bit forgetful of what I should be putting in specific Filofaxes, because I do use several of them. Not for planning or anything, but just for kind of storage of my notes. Some ideas, and then Tilly's swishing her tail, and then some paper. And then this is my project section. So that's a list of my projects, and I'm going to be doing a swap with Kristin, and so I want to send her a Look Term pen loop in purple because she asked me for that a while ago. I'm applying for a thing at the British Museum. I need to either buy or make my own camera tripod because I need to for my YouTube videos. That was just some planning for Filofaxes, but I'm not going to be using my Holbein anymore. Deciding on museum studies courses. I've been accepted to Norwich, but I'm thinking about Leicester instead. Oops. Projects, another projects list. More things to put in here. A list of stuff to sort in my room. When I'm doing tidying my room every day, these are the things to do, and when I'm cleaning my room thoroughly, these are the things I've got to do. My iTunes was messed up, so I've got to fix that, and lots of to-do sheets. Then my next section is blog, so there's some blog ideas. I won't bore you with that because I'm not very good at writing on my blog lately. And this is my main section. I've got my pretty ruler. I love it. It's full of covered in stickers. And then I've got a list of the things that I had in this section up until a couple of weeks ago, so that I could work out sections. So I've got 3 sections in here. But first I've got random lists. My hobbies, learning languages simultaneously, multiple languages, just a few notes. If I start doing cross stitch again, I will do some cross stitch patterns. A pretty card that I got a while ago, things to do in London, a gratitude list I only just put in here, my favourite toiletries because I have the habit of buying new ones that don't work for me, so I need to stick to these ones, and things I want to do on Sims 3, my cat contracts. My mum and dad said I could have a kitten when I get a place of my own, and I made them sign it. I've always got that in my Filofax. TV programs that I like. What's that? Stuff that I can do when I'm bored. And then this is the start of my Filofax etc. section. These are some tips from Steve about fixing faulty Filofax ring gaps. These are tips from the top of every week page in Laurie's Plannerisms planner. And then a list that I haven't started yet, some Filofax papercraft ideas, a wish list that I haven't added too much yet, a Midori list, some scrapbooking tips. Okay, favourite blogs. Now I'm going to have to not show you the next one because it's some addresses of my favourite Filofaxes, so I can send them things if I find things for them. Some washi tape that I've got, my stamps. Now this is the other side and it does bleed through, so what I've had to do, because it also rubs off, is put a fly leaf on that one because the black rubs off. That's what I did yesterday. Craft wish list, online retailers, some things I was designing. Then my next section about my fountain pens, wish lists, tips, pens I own, inks I own, trying to work out which ink to put in which pen. Just lists and lists and lists about fountain pens. And then my last section is my reading challenge and other things to do with reading books. Goodreads shelves, books I want, book recommendations, which I haven't added much to, my favourite books, and then my reference section, which is just the same as it always has been. Oh no, this isn't my reference section. I thought it was, it wasn't. This is actually just spare paper. And then what have I got in the back? I think that's it. And just some more dividers that I haven't found a use for. And then some nice things that I like to keep. Oop, shouldn't show you that. That's the Inceptio card from Steve's wife. He gave us that at the meetup, and some stickers. So there you go. Thanks.